Hello, and welcome to this Policy Insight Hub video on the United States and its position within contemporary international politics. Firstly, I'll be discussing the liberal international order that the United States created after World War I, but most prominently after World War II to cement its international position. I will then be analysing the United States' position in the world today and how it affects the way in which other nations operate on the anarchic international stage. And finally, I will conclude with analysing whether or not the United States is still truly a hegemon in today's world, despite recent hostilities towards its power, such as the Russia-Ukraine war and the economic rise of the PRC. Firstly, I will start by addressing the liberal international order. The liberal international order is a multifaceted framework that arose in the aftermath of World War II, representing a profound shift in global governance and diplomacy. At its core, the liberal international order encapsulates a set of principles and institutions designed to foster peace, democracy, free trade, and collaboration among nations. This order is not merely a static arrangement, but rather a dynamic and evolving system that seeks to address the complexities of an increasingly interconnected world. Central to the liberal international order are key international organisations such as the United Nations, the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation, otherwise known as NATO, and the World Trade Organisation. These institutions serve as pillars of the international community, facilitating dialogue, cooperation, and a collective action on a global scale. The establishment of such organisation reflects the United States' collective commitment to maintaining peace and stability, as well as promoting democratic values and fostering economic prosperity. The United States played a pivotal role then in shaping and upholding the liberal international order, especially during its inception. Initiatives such as the Marshall Plan provided significant economic aid for the reconstruction of a war-torn Europe, which, to simplify, fostered Europe's growing economic dependence on the US during the 20th century. Additionally, the post-World War II institutions such as the Bretton Woods Agreement led to the establishment of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, showcasing America's commitment to global stability and prosperity, which lasted for most of the 20th century. This then brings me on to the United States' position today. Historically viewed as the linchpin of the liberal international order, the United States finds its traditional dominance facing unprecedented challenges in the complexities of today's multipolar world. The evolution of global dynamics has transformed the landscape of international politics, presenting the US with both opportunities and obstacles as it navigates its position within the liberal international order. Despite the shifting geopolitical landscape, the United States continues to demonstrate a deep commitment to engaging in international affairs, from addressing pressing issues such as the climate change and security dilemmas to fostering economic cooperation and development around the world. The US remains actively involved in multilateral forums and initiatives such as organisations like NATO, which serve as vital platforms for collective security and defence cooperation. These highlight America's enduring commitment to uphold global stability and safeguarding shared interests. However, the United States' leadership role within the liberal international order is increasingly subject to scrutiny and contention. The rise of other global powers, most notably China, has challenged America's historical dominance and ushered in a more multipolar distribution of power. Geopolitical tensions and competition, particularly with China, have further complicated the global landscape, prompting potential changes to existing characteristics in the liberal international order, these being the US dollar as the world reserve currency, New York as the global and economic financial center, as well as bringing attention to how much longer the US can sustain the world's largest defense budget. Alongside this, it casts doubt onto how much longer the US can keep its transnational corporations and soft power from diminishing to competitors. In light of this then, when navigating its relationship with China, the United States faces a delicate balancing act. While competition between the two powers is inevitable, cooperation on critical global issues remains essential for the stability and prosperity of the international system. The strategic rivalry between the US and China has significant implications for the future of the liberal international order, shaping the contours of global governance and diplomatic relations for the 21st century. With this in mind then, is the United States still a dominant power? Despite its shortcomings, the United States continues to wield significant influence in shaping the global order, yet the nature of its dominance is subject to scrutiny and re-evaluation amidst evolving geopolitical realities. Two key characteristics define the US-centred international order: interventionism and non-territorial expansionism, as well as liberal internationalism. These fundamental aspects underscore America's approach to global affairs and its pursuit of national interests within the framework of the liberal international order it created after World War II. Interventionism is a cornerstone of US foreign policy and entails the proactive engagement in foreign nations to safeguard regimes aligned with American interests. From military interventions to covert operations, the US has historically sought to ensure the stability and security of regions vital to its strategic objectives. Non-territorial expansionism complements this interventionist approach by focusing on opening new markets and opportunities for American goods and services without the need for territorial occupation, as was seen by the British and the French empires. This nuanced strategy allows the US to exert influence and promote economic growth while avoiding the pitfalls of direct territorial control, such as revolutions. Moreover, liberal internationalism serves as a guiding principle for US engagement on the global stage. By supporting the rules-based international order that it created post-World War II and championing institutions such as the United Nations, the US seeks to promote democracy, human rights, and free trade as part of its foreign policy. This commitment to liberal values not only advances American interests, but also contributes to the broader goal of fostering peace and prosperity worldwide, which assures the continuation and sale of American goods. However, the United States' dominance within the liberal international order is increasingly challenged by shifting global dynamics, as aforementioned. In conclusion then, while the United States remains a key player in the liberal international order, its dominance is no longer unassailable. Adaptation and collaboration with allies are essential for navigating the complexities of the 21st century, and by embracing a nuanced approach to interventionism and non-territorial expansionism, the US can uphold its principles of liberal internationalism. The US can and will continue to shape the global order for the foreseeable future, addressing emerging challenges in a rapidly changing world.